Good morning, everyone. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing okay and everyone has recovered slightly from the game last night, of course, which was a dour 0-0 between Manchester United and Crystal Palace. A game that we should have been winning quite comfortably, of course. Lots of debate going on in regards to who should have started, who played well, who didn't play well. All that stuff in between. Absolutely crazy. You know, I'm going to pick the bones about the performance and let you know my feelings on the performance, how I felt individual players played, how I felt the team in general played. Good morning, everyone. Please, guys, before I start, please don't forget to smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. That'd be absolutely fantastic if you can do that. Big up John O'Connell, who came in earlier. Big up yourself. John, Bruno, come good form. His temporary class is permanent. Absolutely. Jim Watkins, I'm here at 12:29 p.m. Aussie time. And then Ken, can't wait for your chat. Big up, Jim. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you back, my mate. We'll be off now, but we'll be back sometime at 4 p.m. for a few minutes past. Big up, Jim. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Big up. Hey, bro. Big up, Rajat. How you doing, my friend? Fanactive 8, how you doing? Big up yourself. Big up yourself, mate. Good to see you. Morning, people. Morning, everyone in the chat. Morning. Why did Anthony ever get an opportunity to play? Yeah, it's gonna be a raging debate. Of course. Big up, bro. How's it going, mate? Oh, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I've covered yesterday from the game yesterday. I was a bit irritated from the game yesterday. If I'm being totally honest, I wasn't entirely happy about what I saw. You know what I mean? I know it was okay performance, but you know what? Big up, Jim. You're back. Good to have you back, my friend. Good to see you, mate. Absolutely. Brian Jim, morning, son. Chat. Big up, Brian. How you doing, mate? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is fine, guys. Now, look, it was a disappointing result yesterday. So, again, those are the sort of games that we need to learn how to turn draws into wins, because the great teams, the big teams, they turn those sort of games into wins. Regardless if you're playing badly, they turn the game into a win, a 1-0. A 1-0 would do. Just one goal would do. And those are the sort of games that if you aspire to be challenging for at the top of the league, those are the sort of games that you really have to learn how to win. And you know what? It's all about believing, and it's all about, like, what I was seeing in the last few minutes, we're passing the ball backwards and forwards, not penetrating the goal at all, just being very pedestrian, and I wasn't happy with that, to be honest with you. And you know, we need to learn how to take games to teams and just, you know, go for it at the end, take a little bit of a risk, you know, not just happy with the draw, etc. Of course. Good afternoon from Australia and good morning, Sal. Deflated with the result. Yeah, a little bit deflated, guys. Absolutely. I'm going to be going through it. What's your performance by United? What a performance. Yeah, Mad Advance said, big up. Mon Sal, playing 10 for the second half subs. Bruno lost the ball 34 times, hoofing the balls every time. I told you he's not good enough for United. Yeah, well, you know what? He's got to improve his performances, Charles. He does. I have to agree. So the 10 haters and 80s are back out there. Yeah, they're going to be back out there. And we've seen them, haven't they? You know what? Just piping up and stuff like that, going over the top, over pessimistic, over critical of the team, shouting and screaming. Let's go viral. Do you know what? That's what they do. This is what they do at the end of the day. I'm kind of annoyed. I'm annoyed as well. I was annoyed last night, of course. It seemed United were playing for a draw. It does. It does. This is what I was saying, Brian. It seems like we were content with the draw. We were passing it side to side. You know what? Sir Alex Ferguson teams of old, they would have kicked that ball into the box with loads of people in there. You know what I mean? Because Crystal Palace weren't posting anything. Now I'm starting to get over the very unlucky game. It's unlucky. Yeah, it was. The lit shot was good. Henderson was so good. Henderson had, well, you know, it was all right. It was all right. It was all right. Everton came at the crowd is ready to sing every time Man United don't play well. You know what? Man United, you know, definitely played well in the first half. You have to say that. They created chances. They controlled the game for the majority. In the second, I was a little bit disappointed about the way we played in regards to creating chances. And I would pin that on the more experienced players in the side. I wouldn't pin that on the young players. We got a player like Bruno Fernandes, who's our captain. Let's not forget. You know, and I'm a big fan of Bruno Fernandes. Everyone knows my stance on Bruno Fernandes, you know, but he's got to pick it up. He has to. He hasn't done. He doesn't do anything for Portugal. He doesn't do anything for Man United. He needs to do something quickly because we need his creative input. We do need creation. We do need goals from our number 10, of course, guys. Absolutely. Especially in that position he's playing on the pitch. Of course, guys. Maybe it's because we are not completely fit. I don't know. Maybe, but neither are Crystal Palace, if you think about it. When we get bad results, I'm caught between the 10 Argatos, and it's sad. I know. It's sad. You know what? But this is the biggest thing, Jim, that irritates me the most, you know, because as soon as we get a little bit of adversity, the 10 Argatos will jump. The 10 Argatos will go above and beyond and jump. Yes, Ten Hag makes mistakes, but they go way, way over the top. You see how they were silent for 2 weeks, well, 10 days almost, in regards to the Southampton result and the Barnsley result. They went very quiet, didn't they? For a very long time. Then they come jumping out of the woodwork. Of course, it's all to go viral, mate. They only do that to go viral. It's all about getting interaction. That's what they do. Even Garnacho looked shocked when Ten Hag substituted Ahmad instead of him. Yeah, Garnacho, it should have been Bruno off, and Ahmad should have stayed on, in my opinion. People got carried away with the bars by back to struggling against average teams. Every time needs to do better. Almac, we played well in the first half. I would say that we need to be a lot more ruthless. This is the same old at the end of the day, Almac. In the second half, we were awful. I felt we didn't really play well. We could have lost the game. Crystal Palace arguably had the best chances in the game in the second half when Eze missed the gilt chances, and Onana, of all people, saved us in that second half. He saved a brilliant double shot, and you have to give him credit there. Big up, David. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, afternoon, evening, man. I'm not happy. I'm frustrated, but I'm also happy we played some good football. We're progressing. We have to start somewhere. So let's say this is a stepping stone. I love the positivity, David. Love the positivity. We're a little bit frustrated, of course, because we felt we should have won that game. It weren't like Palace absolutely dominated us. And we played very well in the first half. We should have been 2-3-0 up in the first half, of course, guys, I believe. Bruno is world class for Portugal. Yeah, I agree. He is. He is. Not in the European Championships, though. He doesn't perform in your big games in European Championships. What was the miss by Bruno? It was open shot. It was an open goal. He hit it on the floor. He should have just hit it straight. I don't know why. And people blame Garnacho for that. Mad. It won't win any major if Bruno is in the team. Mark my words. Ciao. You have your opinion. At the end of the day, I do believe he has to do better. I do believe he's class. I do. My opinion to you, Ciao, to counter that is that Bruno needs a rest. I do. I feel like he needs to be left out of the team for a period of time to recoup himself, because he did that before and he played well, of course, guys. To be fair, before the FA Cup, I was saying if Ten Hag won the FA Cup, give Ten Hag time. If he lost, give him time. Jim, yeah, I agree with you, mate. At the end of the day, look, I was Ten Hag in all last season. I'm still Ten Hag in, but obviously I'm going to call out mistakes as they go. But at the end of the day, we played decent stuff. We're just not prolific. In regards to that, it's not Ten Hag's fault, is it? At the end of the day, I don't argue with what he did in regards to the starting lineup. He has to rotate his team sometimes, and we have good players all around the squad. Apparently, it's just that we are not prolific enough, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. But sorry, so if I've been asked, but were you happy with the performance, if not the score? I was happy in the first half performance, bath time. I was happy in the first half performance. I was delighted, actually. I thought it was brilliant. I just felt like we weren't ruthless enough. We should have been 2-3-0 up in the first half. This is a problem that we're facing going forward because we're not prolific enough. In the second half, I was disappointed, and Crystal Palace could have had a couple of goals in the second half. If we're being totally honest, they had two very, very good chances to kill the game themselves, Jim, before the FA Cup, we finished 8th and I was Ten Hag out, but I gave him a chance to win the FA Cup and he delivered. Absolutely. We have to give it time. Of course, we don't need knee-jerk reactions, guys. No chance. No knee-jerk reactions for me. I'm going to call the game as it is without abuse, of course. How did Adam Wharton go in his audition? Good enough? Nope. I told you. I didn't think he did that well. Thought he was outplayed for most of the game. Fanatic 8, over the top, the game was done okay. It's not ideal, and the game, same time, you don't take your chances. We end up with that result. Yeah, and the second half, we could have lost the game, Fanatic, if we're being totally honest. We played very well in the first half, but this is the whole thing about football. You have to take your chances in football. If you get a chance to win the game, take your chances. We had some brilliant chances, one-on-one chances, open goal from Bruno. Do you know what I mean? So that is what I would say about that in regards to that. Big up Fanatic 8. David, I'm not happy with Bruno. He played bad. Why is Derek Ten Hag not subbing him? I think if he subbed him, maybe our midfield will play better. You know what? It's been like that for a while now. I don't know why he doesn't get subbed. He does have his favourites. Bruno is the captain at the end of the day, so it's going to be very hard to drop the captain. But he wasn't playing well. And you know what? We need to take him out of the team for a little while. Give him a little bit of recuperation. We played very well without him against Barnsley. You know what I mean? I know it is only Barnsley, but, I think he needs a rest. I would rest him against FC20 during the midweek. Absolutely, I would give him a rest. And I'll bring, I'll rotate the squad a little, rotate the team a little bit. I would like to see Xerxes, Ahmad, Garnacho, Rashford in the same team. Go all out. Absolutely. Raja, I'm happy with the performance up until 65, 70 minutes. Mark, and then lost control of our game. Yeah, I agree. Around that time, we started to lose control of the game. Could have lost the game, of course. Man, so when United will beat 20, media will start making fun of United. let them make fun of us. That's what we are at the end of the day. We got to win our games to try and contradict them and try and make them look stupid. You know what I mean? Did Walton play? Oh, absolutely. Good question, Brian. Absolutely. He had one good season. This is what I say. You've got to be very, very careful about certain players. Very careful. Got to be clinical in these moments. You know what? Fanatic 8, absolutely. This is what I'm talking about. Over the last year or so, we have not been clinical. This is why we had the minus goal difference last season. We're not clinical enough. Against Brighton, we missed a number of chances as well against Brighton. You know, we don't take our chances. You know what? You get punished. And this day, we didn't get punished, but we drew, you know. And that is a punishment, so to speak. We haven't scored over 60 Premier League goals in 3 seasons. It's my number one bug. Absolutely, bath time. Do you know what? Yeah, I remember the days we used to score 80, 90 goals a season, you know, and at the end of the day, we're not scoring enough goals. We're scoring a few goals a month, which is not good. Of course, this was a bit of a culture shock when we did score 2 goals in 10 games. That was a bit of a shock. But then we have to look at it like critically and say, well, it was Southampton and it was Barnsley. Let's see how they do against Crystal Palace. And at the end of the day, they've done the same as they've done for the last year or so. They didn't take their chances. In the first half, we should at least took one of those chances and we would have won the game, of course, because Crystal Palace would have had to do something and we would have picked them off. Same here, Sal. Big up, Jim. Big up. Mad Advance said, choose one. Top 4 in the league or Europa League winner. For me, Europa League winner. Trophy all day, my friend. Absolutely trophy all day. Adam is crap. 2 average centre midfield. Yeah, he had a good season last season, but do you know what? What can we do? Just tuned in, mate. Who's positive? Style of play, possession. Absolutely. Style of play and possession. MC, now how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the streamy legend. At the end of the day, style of play, it was good at the end of the day in the first half. You cannot blame Erik ten Hag for the style of play and missing chances. He doesn't miss those chances. He doesn't get into the box and it's not ten Hag who's missing those chances. We outplayed Crystal Palace a huge part. But as I predicted during the game, if we don't take chances, Crystal Palace are going to get a little bit giddy and they're going to start going forward and they're going to get a chance. And they nearly scored. Of course, we know. Anana saved us. He made a double save. Unbelievable double save. World-class double save. And then obviously Eze made a world-class miss. Monumental miss. He could have scored. You know, this is why we got to kill the games off. It's up to the players. It's up to those experienced players, what I'm saying yesterday, to do the business. Of course, they need the experienced players to stand up. I do believe there were positives from what I saw. Got to learn to finish your job. Absolutely. That is the biggest issue we have. Because at the end of the day, if we score, we win the game. We're not complaining, are we? There you go. Regardless how we played in the second half, we won the game. That's it. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Big up, Jim. Kazi, big up yourself. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. The lineup was totally unbelievable from the beginning. I felt like he had to rotate the team, though. He had to rotate. I mean, he's got a good squad there. We had enough quality on that pitch to defeat Crystal Palace. We had a number of chances to defeat Crystal Palace. We controlled the game for large amounts. I wouldn't have played Eriksen myself. 3 games in a week for Eriksen was not the choice. I would not have put Eriksen in there. I would have played Ugarte in there because it would have been more legs or Casemiro. At the end of the day, I would have played that sort of lineup, not Eriksen 3 games in 1 week at the end of the day, because he ran out of legs in the second half, and we all saw it at the end of the day, guys. Bath time. Kobe and Bruno had a full week's rest. They were never going to be subbed in a week that had 3 games. That's a good point. At the end of the day, they were never going to be subbed. Kobe did okay. I felt bath time. I felt that he did okay in the game. Not fantastic, but I thought he was controlling that midfield. Bruno, I was a little bit concerned with in the game. Absolutely. United fans are sometimes confused. We play bad and win and then complain. We win, play bad yesterday, not good enough. We need time to do 3 or more seasons. We'll see progress. No, we need less than time, 2 or 3 more seasons. He's not going to get that time, David. Absolutely not going to get 2 or 3 more seasons. At the end of the day, look, it depends how things go this season. I would make a judgment in at Christmas time. I'll give it a halfway through the season analysis of what's going on this season, including the players as well. I will give my verdict on that. But no one is untouchable at Man United. Let's not get overzealous in regards to who we are. We are Manchester United. No one is untouchable. Let's remember what it all is about. And I'm Ten Hag in, and I was one of the biggest Ten Hag supporters last season. Remember, I was blamed for the Ten Hag letter. Remember that, right? And at the end of the day, look, we have to look at it at Christmas and let's analyze it from there. Because at the end of the day, I'm a Man United fan. At the end of the day, and I want us to see to win games. We should have won that game yesterday. No, it was not Ten Hag's fault yesterday. We missed chances. So, yeah, it's multi-layered and there's lots of problems at the end of the day. Not just one, of course. Kazi, should have been Ugarte, Fernandes and Kassé. I mean, we did say, Elite Baller came on the show, of course, and we did talk about the double pivot. We would have played the double pivot. It would have been better for us, if in my opinion, I would have started Ugarte, yes. Leacher almost got a red card. Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking there. We got away with that. If it connected with his leg, it would have been a red card. Definitely. I don't know what he's thinking there. He's got to be very careful. The good old Leacher. Why is Bruno undroppable? Why is Rashford and certain players undroppable? There is no accountability inside. Absolutely, Jim. I agree with that. Rashford was dropped yesterday, of course, but obviously Bruno is undroppable. There are certain players that are. Bruno is our captain and the most experienced player at the end of the day. I think that's why Erik ten Hag decided to keep him on. He didn't play well, and you know what? He has to look at that. He has to look at himself and say, "Why didn't I take off Bruno?" Because at the end of the day, we could all see it. He wasn't playing well. Eriksen looked like he was knackered, in my opinion. I felt like he's played too much football this last week or so. I felt like he looked knackered, if I'm being honest. Hi, mate. Great to see you. Such a great improvements, but obviously disappointed with the finishing. Saying that it was a world apart from the 4-0 thrashing last season. The ability to rotate is huge. Absolutely, Emilicino. This is very important that we do have the ability to rotate the team, which is great. We had some good substitutes coming on. I mean, our bench looked fantastic, which it didn't look last season. But then again, you look at last season, and as Erik ten Hag said himself, we had players who were 20% fit last season. That's why we lost the game 4-0. Of course, they had Olise as well, a very, very good player in there. And you know what? It was completely different last season because, you know what, we had injuries, 60-odd injuries last season, as we know. Yesterday, we dominated the game. It just wasn't to be. We didn't win the game. On another day, we would have won the game. If we took one of those chances, it would have been a completely different vibe. Of course, guys, we would have won the game. Even if it was just one chance we took. We had a number of chances in there. We had headers. We had clear-cut chances. Bruno had an open goal. That is not Ten Hag's fault, of course. But we did see a very good style of play. If we're being totally honest with you, it was a good style of play. And no individual was to blame, by the way. No, we're not individualizing it. And I would say that at the end of the day, guys, absolutely. Did you watch the AJ fight? He got knocked out. Yeah, I watched it. Mac, absolutely. Felt sorry for AJ, actually. I think it's time to retire for Anthony Joshua. Unfortunately, he hasn't been good for a number of years, in my opinion. Dubois is brilliant. I thought he was absolutely excellent and absolutely dominated the fight and should have won that game. Good knockout as well. Well played, Dubois. No prolific players. We have no more. We don't. No, we need more goal scorers. Definitely. This is why we were talking about a prolific goal scorer. But Rasmus, let's get him fit. Let's see what Rasmus does when Rasmus gets fit. That's going to be interesting to see what he does. You know, he got to score some goals this season. Jonathan, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is fine with you. Positive that we didn't concede, just unlucky, and now focus on Wednesday and Sunday. Absolutely, these two games are imperative that we have to win these games because we got a couple of difficult games to come. We've got Aston Villa and Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? So we got these games are coming thick and fast. We need to think about winning those games now. Big up, Johnny. How you doing, my friend? Hope everything's well. Good to see you, my mate. The sub with Rashford is brought on in the number 9 for Xerxes. Completely ruined the game. We lost all our link-up play and creativity. Ten Hag's in-game management is still a big issue. Johnny, do you know what? No one is exempt from criticism. I disagreed with the substitution. I didn't. I felt like Xerxes shouldn't have come off. I felt Bruno should have come on and we should have went a little bit more attacking with Rashford up there as well instead of Bruno and moved Xerxes into that false number 9 position, the number 10 position. I would have done that and played Rashford up front and leave Ahmad on there because, you know what, we did lose a lot of control of the game. You're absolutely right, Johnny, when he did come on and obviously Xerxes came off. What, Jim? Wasn't Rashford dropped? He didn't play the whole game. Yeah, he was dropped. It's just, I think Bruno is the problem. Not, Rashford came on late. Everything else such as were bad, taking off Ahmad, Eriksen. Xerxes was not good. Xerxes was all right yesterday. Xerxes was my man in the match. Big up. Rashford did nothing after getting substituted. Yeah, he had. I'm going to go through the player ratings in a minute. I like Stephanie Griffiths said the other day, if you don't concede, you don't lose. And if you don't score, you don't win. Very simple, of course. That is football in a nutshell. At the moment, I'm just ticking off some of the crazy negative from last season, like teams cutting through our midfield at will, not finishing is still the list. Come on, Rude. Absolutely. You know what? We're getting better. We're getting better top button at the end of the day. Always with the top button comments, my friend. Definitely, we're getting better, guys, at the end of the day. We just need to finish those chances and be ruthless because, you know what? It makes a huge difference. We would have won the game yesterday if we took our chances, of course, guys. Absolutely. Lingam, Mainu was tired. Bruno was bad. Yeah, Bruno was bad. Mainu looked tired. I like rotating home games and played the strongest team away from home. Good point, Brian. I agree with that. I do. I think that was a very strong lineup, though, yesterday. I still think it's good enough to beat Crystal Palace. Guys, for Sal, please subscribe to the channel and get the likes up from the legend. Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you very much. Yes, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and get the likes up, guys. Please, please. It works. It helps for the channel. Kobe is young, so tends to fade away after the hour mark. I'd like to see Erik ten Hag a solution for that. At halftime, we spoke last week in regards to the double pivot. I would have played Casemiro and Ugarte in that midfield. I would have rested Mainu for this game, if I'm being totally honest. Yeah, I do think he needs a rest. He played in the summer as well, every game almost at the European Championships, of course. Example of a neutral game. Rajat, what's the Ten Hag letter? Basically, last season, there was a letter written to Ineos to keep Ten Hag in the job. And I didn't write the letter. I was told to tweet it. I tweeted it for a friend. And basically all the haters, Ten Hag outers and stuff like that, and the toxic lot started saying that I wrote the letter, which I didn't write the letter, and they started giving it large and stuff like that. But when I DM'd them, including those guys, you know who they are, they said it weren't about, I didn't do it, bruv. I didn't do it, bruv. They got a little bit scared and stuff like that, and didn't speak to me like a man and speak up at the end of the day. And that's them at the end of the day, in a nutshell. And you know who they are. You know who they are. They're quite chunky. You know who they are. Big up. Yep. Mainu does not have a much end project. Not to hate. Why does he get overhyped? Don't know. Mainu's young. We need to give him a chance, Rajat. He's still young. Remember, let's not attack our young players. He's played a lot of football. He's England's best player during the summer. Absolutely. He was England's best player. Because he can play in the tight spaces, retain the ball, and wins more duels, you think, Rajat? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right, Bath Time. And this is what it is. And let's not forget, Mainu is one of our best young players. And let's not get on his back. At the end of the day, he's a young player. And we're relying on him too heavily. You know, he was England's best player during the summer. Let's not forget that as well. He was brilliant. He's a generational. We have to support our young players, as I said yesterday. Of course, if he follows through, it's a red card. Yeah, it's a red card 100%. If he did connect, Licha Martinez, who is out there, a coach for United. Exactly, David. Exactly. There's no one. And Eric Ten Hag's doing the best he can. I don't think any manager can do much better at the end, with the minute against Turks. That's 100% very true, Bath Time. Big up, Rajat. If Bruno's burnt out, he hasn't played well this season. He hasn't played well this season. Whatever it is, whatever reason it is, he hasn't played well this season. Not a chance. Bruno was by far our worst player yesterday. I like to see Xerxes in the number 10 with Holland up front. Exactly, Johnny. I agree with you. This is exactly what I said. I said I would like to see him given the number Xerxes given the false number 9, number 10 position with Roy Rasmus up front. I'll be interested to see that. Spot and Sal, why is that you and all other fans can see the weaknesses, but Eric Ten Hag and the ball can't make that makes me mad? I know, mate. I know. There's lots of circumstances. You know what? If I was in the dressing room, I would talk to them. I would speak to them. Do you know what? There's a lot of sinister sort of problems at Man United that still exist, and that includes favoritism and stuff. It does, unfortunately, in our football team. Maybe watch Logan Paul. Logan Paul, definitely. Big up. AG got beaten getting, yeah, but AJ got definitely beaten, definitely. Greetings, Sal. Big up everyone, of course, in the chat. Big up. I'm not saying give Eric Ten Hag 2 or 3 seasons. I'm saying give the players, etc., 2 or 3 seasons now know each other the way. Yeah, I agree with that, David. Absolutely. It does take time to bond the players together, to get the players together, etc. I absolutely agree with that. You know what? A lot of players have come in. You know, there's a new structure. Lots have changed in this last few months, of course. Loads of things have changed. The whole mentality, the whole environment of the football club has changed. So we do have to give it a little bit of time, isn't it? It's 4 games is not enough. Greetings, everyone. Big up, everyone, of course. Big up, everyone. Big up, Jim Watkins. Big up, of course. Is Xerxes a striker, in your opinion? Imagine how many games we would win if we had a robot like Haaland. Mate, we would have won the game yesterday, that's for sure. Absolutely. Xerxes more like if you I don't want to bring in an ex-Liverpool player. He's more like a Firmino sort of player, if you know what I mean. That's what I see with Xerxes at the moment. Absolutely. Bartone, so apart from the Martinez introducing a new form of Kung Fu, did you think he was poor and slow on the ball in the last time? Absolutely, Bath Time. I said it during the stream yesterday. If people was tuned into my stream yesterday, I was screaming at the screen. Why are we walking on the pitch with a few minutes to go? There was an episode during the last 50 seconds, 30 seconds, and Martinez just needed to hoof the ball into the box. Just hoof the ball into the box, and he was walking, passing from side to side. Oh, my blood pressure went up through the roof. Oh my goodness me! You know what? We got to be urgent. Got to show more urgency, like we used to do under Sir Alex Ferguson. Of course, Bruno was worst player on the field yesterday. Licha slowing the game. Yep. Xerxes is a good conductor. Absolutely. Ericsson and Mainu looks like a one player. Can't we play Ugarte and Mainu and Mount? Yeah, that's a good point. You know what? We're going to have to try different things, Afro Soup. Good to have you back, my friend. Hope you're doing well. We're going to have to try different things, and hopefully we can experiment a little bit against FC20. FC20 is a game we should win comfortably. Let's not forget. SC20, you know what? We can't struggle in that game. Big up to you two. Big up everyone, of course. Legend. From the 35 minutes I saw the second half, I saw lots of positives out. Me too. Lots of positives. It's not all negatives. Absolutely not. But we obviously have to see the second half was a bit disappointing, in my opinion. I'm all right. Doing very bad, Jim. Big up everyone, of course, in the chats. Big up everyone. Nice to see you, Rajat. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing good. Good to see everyone all happy and getting along. Good to see. Double fit is a structure that's used to allow teams to play out from the back on either side. You're probably talking about a rest defense. The structure, you have the possession with a high line At the end of the day, look, you know what? It's all about rotating your squad and rotating it effectively and cleverly at the end of the day. Ugarte is a footballer. He's a good footballer as well. He's not just an enforcer in the midfield. He actually can bring the ball forward, and so can Casemiro if we play the right way. I just feel like Eriksen, I wouldn't have played him three times in 1 week. I wouldn't have done that myself. You know what? His legs are gone. Tottenham fans will say that as well. Tottenham fans will tell you that years ago. You know. I agree, though, Bath Time. Don't win the game for being technical. Yeah, don't win the game for being technical. We needed to be ruthless. Football's a simple game. Are you doing a watch-along for the Arsenal Man City? Don't think so, mate. I'll concentrate on Man United. Not for me at the moment. I don't think I'll be doing any watch-alongs today. Today, I'm going to be going to the gym, enjoying myself, and having a good Sunday off, to be honest. I've done 3 streams yesterday. I don't think I'll be doing any watch-alongs for those games. I can't stand Man City. I can't stand Arsenal. You know what? I'll be honest with you. Goodness me. And definitely. Just Man United for me. Man United, every single game for Man United. Big up, David. Our defenders are playing well. No fear. They are confident on the ball. Hernandez was taking too long on the ball. Yeah, Martinez was taking too long on the ball. Why is the captain, Fernandes, sorry. Why is the captain not shouting at him to play better? The thing with Bruno, what I noticed about Bruno, he moans a lot, but he's not constructive with his moaning. He doesn't go to players and say, do this, do that, go there, do that. He just throws his hands up in the air. For me, he needs to be a little bit more inspiring, if you know what I mean. Why do players need to be good in tight spaces? It's not likely they judge winning games from that. Because they get pressed a lot, and then when you get out of tight spaces, it creates spaces. When you get out of a tight space, if a bunch of players come over you and you get out of the tight space, it creates a big space because those players will be eliminated from the game, and then it will create space for the other players in front. If you know what I mean. That's why it's good to be good in tight spaces. Seems to be any time, and you don't lose the ball as well. Seems to be any time the players to sign a big contract, they fall off. It's been Man United's problem for a long time for Activate. Absolutely agree. It's been a problem at Man United. Maybe we've learned from that. Hopefully we've learned from that now going forward, of course, with Ineos. Xerxes is like Kai Havertz. Yep. That's another good comparison. Bartime, because key part of playing high up is the pitches are close to your teammates. So Raja, is you can counter press. It also allows you to play through the block over the guy. Absolutely, Bartime. Exactly my point. Exactly. Raja, Kai Havertz at Arsenal is a good example of how Italians using Xerxes. Yeah, absolutely. Big up, everyone. Hey, then, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Just got back from the nightclub to drink, paying away from the place to draw and Joshua knockout. Unfortunately, Joshua got knocked out last night. Really upset for Joshua, of course. I like Anthony Joshua. I do. But unfortunately, it looks like the road has come to an end for Anthony Joshua in regards to title fights and stuff like that. Alvaro Fernandez played well in the Champions League debut, and we sold him for 5 million, and we have no fit left back. Him and Kova being sold for 5 minutes was a huge mistake. I agree, Almac, absolutely 100%. It was a mistake, definitely. I don't think if Ineos were 100% in charge at that time, that we would have got rid of those players, in my opinion. I think it was a mistake. I thought Odeneye was a mistake as well. I thought he played well in the preseason, one of our better players in preseason. When we have a free kick outside the box and there's a few minutes remaining, why is that Onana does not come up and add extra man advantage? What do you mean? To take the free kick? Not to go up for a corner? Definitely not, because, we need the point. We can't lose the point. But I get, he does need to... you know what we used to do when we used to bring the ball up into the halfway line with Onana and with the goalkeeper, like it used to be Peter Schmeichel or Van der Sar, and we used to kick it into the box. That's what we need to do. We don't do that enough. And yesterday I saw a lot of dilly-dallying on the ball, passing the ball from side to side, not being effective, not being constructive or positive with the ball, with seconds remaining, of course. Anybody make a 8-bit football FIFA video game? What's that? 8-bit football? Not sure what you mean, my friend. If we get the midfield setting right in front of our three, we'll play more positive going forward. At least I can see the progress, and then that's important. David, I agree with you, mate. Absolutely. There is positives. Let's not be delusional. I love to see De Ligt or Harry Maguire up front for the last 5 minutes. Jim got similar season. De Ligt, yeah. I love to see, throw them up front. You know what, sometimes even Alex Ferguson used to play route one sometimes. We all know what Alex Ferguson used to do. When the game was heading for a draw or we were losing 1-0, he used to get every single player in the box, and we used to just hoof it in the box. Let's not forget what we used to do. We used to be relentless press, and we used to leave one defender behind, guys. That's how it used to be. Take a risk. I wish we had a Andy Cole type of striker. Oh, Andy Cole. I miss Andy Cole, Brian. Andy Cole is one of the most underrated strikers of all time. I think he's the best goal scorer in Premier League history, if I'm being honest. He didn't take any penalties either, did he? And he's still second or third in the all-time list. Of course, big up Andy Cole. Would like to see Casemiro come from the bench and give him a minimum 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, I think he'll play in the midweek, if I'm being honest. I might watch the game. I'm going to watch some movies tonight. Jim Watkins, yeah. It's a good game at the end of the day. It's a big game. I think Man City will win, though. I've got a feeling. Hayden, the team is improving. I like the way we are controlling the game. Shame about the lack of goals in the game. Yeah, Hayden, absolutely agree. The first half, we should have been 2-3-0 up. Let's be honest. At the end of the day, we should have been 2-3-0 up and we should have won the game. After 90 minutes, regardless what the team was, we should have won the game. We should have won the game. And we can't keep missing chances. Got it. Big up, Rajat. Rajat, you're a good man. Hope to see Malacia on the pitch. Yeah, hopefully soon we get a left-footed left back. That will be helpful eventually. Do you know what I mean? To get inside the box. Yeah, absolutely, Jim. Absolutely. I'm kind of realizing that Ten Hag plays a lot more like Jurgen Klopp than Pep Guardiola in possession ball. Yeah, he's trying. He's getting better, guys. I can see the difference from last season. Not many guys get into the box. Yeah, we don't get enough players in the box. Absolutely, we don't. We don't take enough risks. If I'm going to be critical, we don't take enough risks. We're too cautious and we're too fixed on just the formation and tactical side of things. Bring Onana into the box when there's a free kick outside the box or corner. But just in case Onana loses the ball, we'll get chipped like he did in his first pre-season game. Do you remember that? When he got chipped from the halfway line? We don't want any of that. Only if there's 1 or 2 minutes left. Yeah. I agree. Ball, yeah, definitely. Jim, we've got to try everything you can. You do, but obviously we can't, unless it's a cup tie or we're losing 1-0, we can't bring the goalkeeper up for a corner. We can keep him on the halfway line. If we keep him on the halfway line, we can do that, definitely. Andy Cole is fair rated, in my opinion. He was way good. He was world class. He was underrated, mate. If you look at any Premier League all-time 11, they never put Andy Cole in their 11. He was one of the best strikers in all-time of Premier League history. Do or die mentality. Yeah, that's what we need. Absolutely, Raja. We took too far many risks last year which was one of the reasons why the team could drive in a fleet of tankers through our midfield. The problem is what we got to do, instead of keeping the ball in the defensive line with 30 seconds to go, you know that if you kick that ball into the box, you know that there's going to be no time for Crystal Palace to do anything when there's 50 to 30 seconds left of the game. So at that time, you take a big risk. When it is 30 seconds left, and there's no chance of Crystal Palace coming back at us, you take a risk. This is what Sir Alex Ferguson used to do. You kick the ball into the box, get everyone into the box, and make one last big chance. We didn't look like. It looked like we were content with the draw. We were happy with the draw. It looked like that at the end. Good point there, Sal. I agree. Thank you, Jim. Agree with you as well, always. Top four is going to be very difficult. City, Arsenal, and Liverpool are probably guaranteed, and Chelsea have finally started playing decent. Might be a long season. Mac. Oh, God, Mac. Do you know what? This is why I say that this Europa League is very, very important for me. Very, very important. We have to win it. And got to have patience with young players such as Mainu, Amas, Garnacho, Xerxes, and Højlund. Yeah, absolutely. We have to be patient. We cannot be slagging off young players yet. But we do have to rotate them better. We do. As a player, not a person I like, Dwight York too, back in the day, and along with Antico, great pairing. Absolutely complementing each other, absolutely fantastically well. I'm a good friend of Dwight York. I talked to him a few times last week. Maybe let's worry about getting top four later. Just take the game our game. Yeah, I mean, the Europa League is very important, Rajat. Remember when Jose Mourinho won the Europa League and qualified for the Champions League? Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can. Absolutely. Now, I'm going to go into my team, of course, my team ratings, of course. Let me know what you think, guys. It's not gospel, of course, but this is the team that I would pick, the ratings that I would give for the game, guys. If I'm being totally honest with you, let me know what you think and give me your verdict on the team. So this is the team here. This is the player ratings that I would give for the game, guys. I would give Onana a 7. I felt that he made 2 fantastic saves. I would have given him an 8, but obviously didn't have much to do during the game apart from those 2 fantastic saves. I'll give him a 7 for those 2 fantastic saves. I thought he saved us in that game where we could have lost the game 100%. Mazraoui, a 7, thought he was excellent again. I thought he was brilliant. He was controlled. He brought the ball forward. He was brilliant yesterday. Again, a very good signing so far. It's looking like only 15 minutes, of course, only 15 million, of course. Looking really good, Mazraoui, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. De Ligt, a 7, controlled, strong, in the air, didn't put a foot wrong, was brilliant yesterday. I felt 7 again, didn't have much to do, but only in the last final stages we had something to do. Leach, I felt, was a little bit disappointing, slow on the ball, pedestrian, should have passed the ball out quicker, should have been a bit more direct, especially in the last few seconds of the game. Needs to think about that. Almost got sent off if he connected with the player. Needs to think about that in future because it can cost us dearly, of course, and we need him. Dalot of 6, didn't see him much in the game, wasn't great as well. I didn't see him. He done a few things here and there, didn't really penetrate that left side much, didn't do any overlapping runs that a left back should do, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. Mainu, a 7, felt he was good, controlled the midfield, done well in what he had to do. Of course, he's playing a lot of football now and he does need a rest, but Mainu looked good and composed yesterday. Ericsson was a 6. Felt that he was tired, felt that his legs were gone, especially in the second half. Wouldn't have played him. Played 3 games in a week, which is too much for a player like Ericsson. As I said, the Tottenham fans were saying years ago that he's slow, and you know what? I think he is, and I think that we have to think about replacing Ericsson in the future, even though he's decent for us in the cup games, of course. Bruno, I would give a 5. Very, very disappointing for me, Bruno. Bruno was absolutely atrocious yesterday. Didn't do much. There wasn't a captain, in my opinion, yesterday. Gave away the ball. Was wasteful in possession, throwing his arms around. Didn't create. Didn't do anything didn't take any good corners. Didn't do anything that I would say was good yesterday as a captain. I expect more from Bruno. He hasn't been good recently. I do expect more from him, absolutely. In regards to Garnacho, I'll give him a 6.5. Did okay here and there. Missed a couple of chances, but obviously which fell to Bruno. We missed an open goal, Bruno. It was well saved by Henderson, of course, Garnacho's shot, but Garnacho didn't do anything much wrong, but he didn't do anything fantastically either, but was decent and one of the better players, but attacking third, but wasn't absolutely fantastic. Ahmad, I give a 6, was missing in the game, in my opinion. Was an average performance, didn't do much yesterday, was okay, didn't really get into the box, didn't really do any crosses, had a good shot in the second half, but that's about it. An average performance, an average 6 for me. In regard to Xerxes, I'll give Xerxes my man of the match. He's my man of the match, in my opinion. 7.5, I'll give him. Because he was controlling that area just in front of the box, was passing around, created a chance for Garnacho, of course, and done really well during the game. I felt like he was very composed, very skillful, technical, and you know what? He created a lot for us and was our most effective player. I was upset when he got taken off. I felt like he shouldn't have been taken off at the end of the day. I felt like we should have left him on. He should have stayed on because he was only our only creative player, if I'm being totally honest. Guys, when I go to the substitutes, guys, let's talk about Ugarte. For me, got a 6. Ugarte's a 6 for me. Came on, was average. Didn't really do anything wrong. Didn't really do anything spectacular, if I'm being totally honest. So Ugarte would get a 6. In regards to Marcus Rashford, I'll give him a 5. Didn't do anything when he came on. Marcus Rashford was absent when he came on, to be honest. Didn't really do anything. And you know what? I expect more from a player of his stature, a 27-year-old, of course. I'll give him a 5 when he came on, but you know what? The whole team wasn't great. Man of the match, of course, is Xerxes. Xerxes is my man of the match, and I'll give him a 7.5, guys. Absolutely. Let me know what you think about those ratings, guys. And of course, we all have different opinions, but the one I saw, this is what I'm seeing at the end of the day in regards to the team. Of course, let me know how you feel about that, guys. But absolutely disappointing yesterday, but we have to move on in regards to the games. We've got FC20 coming up. It's coming thick and fast, of course. All the games are coming thick and fast, and we have to get it ready, of course, for Wednesday. Of course, we are playing on Wednesday, guys. Let's not forget. Let's get it ready, guys, of course. Let me just go through some of the chats. Top 4 is going to be, yeah, absolutely, definitely, and have to be patient on plays. Yeah, I've read that one, I think. As a player person, I like, yeah. Sorry, I'm back. A little bit of an interruption there in regards to that. Maybe let's worry about getting top 4 and just take it game by game. Rajat, yeah, we have to worry about that. Is obviously priority. I do agree. It is a priority. What did you say about Dwight York when he claimed he had just had the credentials to manage United as Ole? I don't know about that because he's unproven. You know what? I wouldn't say anything about Dwight York as a manager because he hasn't managed. And at the end of the day, you know what? He cannot make an assumption when he hasn't managed. And me, who speaks to Dwight York, you know, I'll tell him that myself, to be honest with you. What we truly miss is a David Beckham type player who scored the winners from free kicks. Yeah, we don't have any free kicks. We don't. Also, Jim, is the ability to get the ball into the box early and cross that ball into the box, especially when we have strikers up there. We don't have that ability, of course, you know, to get that ball in there and create havoc. As I said, people keep downplaying the 4-4-2. I keep saying it to people. When you have a 4-4-2, right, you can bring the 2 wingers up front, and it can equate to a 4 up front. And when you're on the wing, when you have 4-4-2, it is also more, you're also more encouraged to create in regards to getting that ball into the box, crossing the ball into the box. This 4-3-3, you know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean? Dallas should be higher for me. Should have had an assist and was good going into midfield. I'm shocked you've given Eriksen a 6 when I thought he was our best midfielder. He played poorly in the second half, mate. I'll give him that. He played average. It wasn't poorly. It was an average score. He wasn't great. He wasn't poor. 6 is an average score for me. He's average. He didn't do nothing, to be honest, in the second half. And at the end of the day, yeah, we controlled did he Adela, but it's an average score. For me, when you're thinking about midfield performances, let's think about midfield performances as a whole. Let's think about good performances. Not 7 is a good performance. 7 is like a match-winning performance. It's a good performance. He weren't good. He was average. You know, it wasn't like he was. Oh my God, Eriksen! Look at Eriksen. He ran out of legs. He wasn't. He lost his way in the second half. You know what I mean? But a lot of them did. That's why a lot of them got average scores. It was an average performance in the second half. I can't count on your ratings prediction, Sal, as I missed more half the game. That's good. Watching De Ligt play, he's not Vidic, but he reminds me of him. Absolutely, I agree with that, David. He's got in no fear. I'm happy he's playing for United. If you look up for a captain, I'd say look further than De Ligt. Absolutely, David. You made the same comparisons I did last week. Absolutely. He does remind me of Vidic. Big shoulders, though. So I told you the Palace manager will outsmart Erik ten Hag in the second half. You did, Darko. I don't think you outsmarted him. I think we still dominated the game, but we conceded chances. And that's what I would say. I don't think Crystal Palace really got into the game. It's just that we were toothless up front, in my opinion. If we had taken our chances in the first half, everyone would have an 8. Absolutely, Brian. Everyone would go up a level. And it's all about winning at the end of the day, isn't it? You know what I mean? What happens on the pitch? What happens to Obi Martin? We should be hearing about Obi Martin within the next week or two. Obi Martin should be coming through the door. We sorted out the Lasale transfer from Crystal Palace, of course. Obi Martin, Chido Obi Martin should be the next one in. Of course, we're sorting out a compensation deal with Arsenal and etc. Because Arsenal, of course, are not very happy. They're throwing their rattles at that brand. Rashford's wasted talent, Sal. Years ago, he had the potential, and now he's overrated. He hasn't progressed the way I thought he would progress at the end of the day. I thought he would. He has, in fact, regressed, if I'm being honest. Since he first broke into the scene. Do you think Palace played well under United or just lackluster? Palace didn't play well. I thought Man United were good, Almac. I thought Man United dominated the game, especially in the first half. They controlled the game in the second half, but were ruthless. And they were toothless, in my opinion. Definitely not ruthless. They were toothless, in my opinion. And when you're toothless up front, you're always bound to concede chances because the team will get confident and say, look, you know what? Man United are not doing anything at the moment. And you know what? We're going to have a chance to win this. And they nearly did, of course, We played okay. It wasn't incredible. In-game management is the worst since Ole's. Oh, you know what? If we win the game, he's a genius. Hindsight's a beautiful thing, though, isn't it? We're all geniuses in hindsight. I said it yesterday. I watched Rants and Bands podcast. They were saying that how Manu's right to right wing and Eze, we were told that, rip us apart. Not so. I don't watch him, to be honest, mate, because he's bitter. He's not a Man United fan, in my opinion. He calls people names. He insults people. And when people feel the need to insult people, it shows a lack of intelligence, not knowledge of the game. It just shows that you lack intelligence and lack the nous to construct a decent argument when you're insulting. And I just feel like that is it. And if he wants to come on my show one day, I'll school him about the birds and the bees about football. He can. If he wants, but yeah, he's not really. I don't really watch him, to be honest, because he's more of like he's a YouTuber, like, you know what I mean. He's a sensationalist YouTuber who a miserable sensationalist YouTuber in a Primark t-shirt and a New Era cap. For me, that's about it. Big up. Did Dwight York say some bad things about us? No, he doesn't like Dwight. He doesn't like Erik ten Hag. He's not a fan of Erik ten Hag. Morning, everyone. The morning after the night before, another frustrating United performance. I just can't understand why we perform so poorly sometimes. Every time our management needs to non-existent at times. Yeah, needs to improve, needs to score. We played a work right, Grayo. Big up, Grayo, by the way. We played it right yesterday, to be honest. You know what? If we need to take our chances. And when we take our chances, you know what? It's always going to be better, of course. And everyone would be happy. Just needed to take one. Morning, Grayo. Just one chance. Dalot playing 8 or 6 every now and then, and everybody noticed that he went to midfield. Dalot's not a left back, in my opinion. Good afternoon, bro. Everybody else is good morning. My morning has finished. Ours, absolutely, Jim. You play along, Jim. Play along. Like I said last night, I'm not angry, but very disappointed. Yeah, absolutely, great. Disappointed. Just frustrating, isn't it? frustrated because you know what? It's momentum at the end. No knee-jerk anger from me. Absolutely not. I missed the game. I fell asleep. You know, it's 2:30 a.m. here. I did my best to try. Jim is a legend. He stayed here up all night to watch the game. Big up, Jim, of course. I woke up in the second half. Big up, Jim. You crazy. You're crazy. I hope you got a lot of sleep, my friend. You legend. Thank you, Brian. Big up, everyone. Jim, hi, my friend. Big up, everyone. Of course, Ten Hag chose poor midfield. It should have been Ugarte, Casemiro, Xerxes, and Hoyland up front. Absolutely lies around me. Do you know what? As I always say in life, hindsight is a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? And we're all geniuses at hindsight. At the end of the day, that team should have been good enough to defeat Crystal Palace. We blame ourselves. The players should blame themselves for not winning. We didn't take our chances. And for me, that's not down to Ten Hag. It's down to the finishing. And we need to look at that. And we got Ruud van Nistelrooy there. Hopefully, Ruud van Nistelrooy can get them on the training field and get them working on duels, of course, guys, if we can. Absolutely. Liza, we need to look for a younger version of Eriksen. His quality, composure, technical ability, 10 years younger than Ugarte. We got him 10 years too late, David. 10 years too late. Tottenham got rid of him because he was too slow. Tottenham fans will tell you. This manager is now gaslighting us. We are like yo-yo. We only play when Ten Hag's job is on the line. Next game is at Old Trafford against Spurs. Draw or lose, and it's bye-bye top four. We have to win that game against Trigger Kim. This is where it gets into. This is where it gets to the nitty-gritty of Premier League football. We're going to have to win against Tottenham. We cannot drop any more points. This is facts at the end of the day. And we win against Tottenham, we're going to be giddy again, and hopefully we move on from there. But we need to win that game. We cannot lose that game or draw that game. My goodness me, imagine that. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you, Kazi. Thank you very much, you legend. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, you legends. Of course, subbing Xerxes was a crime, was the wrong choice, of course. Sal, I hate rants and bants. I stay away from these prideful people, egotistical maniacs. At the end of the day, egotistical maniacs, you know, with a chip on their shoulder for whatever reason. Absolutely, chip on the shoulder, given a platform, given numbers from another platform, of course. Didn't even build their numbers themselves. It was someone else who gave them it, of course, guys. Now, watching rants, it's like depressing. It's like negativity. No hate on him. Just facts. Absolutely, it's depressing. No, it's the thing is, you know what? In regards to football, lies around me, brother. Hope you're doing well. And in regards to football, you know what? You give a constructive criticism when need be, but when it gets into realms of insulting, it becomes like, it shows that you lack intelligence to form a constructive argument. And that is what it is at the end of the day. Him, all of them guys associated with each other who look like they're, you know, basically homeless. Do you know what I mean? Goodness me, if I'll be honest. Not so much hate, but I don't hit time for a bad attitude. YouTubers like, mate, you know what? They're hateful people, mate. They're hateful people themselves. You know, we don't hate. We call the game as it is, isn't it, Jim? You know what I mean? We say it as it is, but we support our football club at the end of the day. Why is Said and rants and bands super? They never talk about positive because they're not positive people. You know what I mean? If you look at Said, does he look like a positive people? That guy, goodness me, he needs to look after himself rather than talking about other football clubs or other athletes. At the end of the day, the guy doesn't look healthy. Big up. Sal, every Red Devil in the world is mad at Everton now for not subbing Bruno. Where do you stand? I agree. I think it was a mistake not to sub Bruno, Dark Row. It was a mistake. But as I said, we're all geniuses in hindsight. That's the quote for today. And I would say that if it worked, then we would quote Everton Hag as a genius. But at the moment, it's not working. But one thing I would say about Bruno, when he's not playing well, sub him. Sometimes he needs to be subbed. Sir Alex Ferguson would have subbed him. If you're David Beckham, he would have left you out. Do you know what I mean? And they're winners at the end of the day. Help Sal get more 10 likes. Needs about 20 likes. Thank you, Vajat. Thank you very much, you legend. Yes, please help me get more likes. There's about 18 of you here. Please, if you could smash a like on the video, that'd be great. Let's get to double figures in likes, guys. Thank you very much. We haven't beaten top 10s in 2 years, 5 games, 7 points, sitting the goal difference embarrassing. Yes, Chow needs to improve. Absolutely. We've got Spurs next Sunday. I think it's next Sunday. A win. We got Aston Villa and Spurs, guys, mixed in with Porto and 20. You know what? It's going to be a big cup, 10 days. It's big 10 days, guys, 2 weeks. Massive. Sometimes we can be very unfair to the coach. The first 11 should be the game to bed. So we didn't. If it's the coach's fault, if we had the one that coaches out of the pitch, I blame the players. Yeah, absolutely. As fans, some people are very fickle at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But you know what? Football is about winning football matches. And as long as you don't win football matches, people are going to be on your back. I don't blame Ten Hag for the result yesterday. I blame poor finishing yesterday. Big up. Do not like Syed yelling Ten Hag out every time Man United draw. Mate, he should be burgers out. That's what he should be. Big up. I prefer to focus on the match rather than those people to it. Yeah, me too. Rajat MOD outside TV. I know. It doesn't matter. Rajat has his own opinion. Who wants to be tangled into more crap negativity? Absolutely. Not me. Lies around me. Misery loves company. Love outside, etc. I hope you're doing well, Sal. Big up yourself, brother. Big up. Good to have you here, my friend. Big up. One of the legends in the chat is Lies Around Me. Hope you're doing well. Negativity, misery, and negativity. At the end of the day, what I would say is that when that letter was written to Ineos, one of them said that it was me who wrote the letter. I shared it. I done it as a favor for a friend. I shared it. And at the end of the day, I direct DM'd that guy because they follow me. And I said, if you've got a problem, speak up, say my name. Don't act like a coward. I did. And they backtracked. They said, it wasn't about you. I didn't say it like that. It was about, he started making all blaming and stuff. Cowards. They're big mouths. Jay-Z once said it. You know the type, loud as a motorbike, but wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. Make of that what you will. They only eat lots and lots of chocolate. That's all they do. I'm not saying I want Erik ten Hag as our coach going forward. We need a better a coach that can see things that better happens, make subs when it's necessary, the right subs. David, I'm gonna make an analysis at Christmas. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a Christmas review of the season and see where we go from there, because that's only when I start judging it. Rajat, don't bother about Sidebar. He's another, I told you so much. Kenny, do you know what? He's been on my show. I'm not going to diss him, you know what I mean? But I would say that he needs to improve, do better. Absolutely. True. They are haters. That's why I love your channel. Great energy. And you're down to earth in telling people I physically meet you about your channel. Thank you, Jim. You too, mate. You're one of the good people out there. Thank you so much, mate. And there's another one, Grayo. So your thoughts are up the lineup versus 20 game. Myself, I would drop Bruno. I will keep a similar lineup, but I will drop Bruno. I will try and drift in Harry Amass into that squad. I will try and drift in Harry Amass in that squad. I'll play Xerxes with Rasmus up front, Xerxes and Rasmus. I would play Anthony in that game, give Anthony a game. I think he needs a game. And I would play, if I'm being honest, I'll play Rashford on the left. I would play Ugarte and Casemiro as the two double pivot against 20. Yeah, absolutely. I agree, Kenny. He wants to look correct and cool. Yeah, too many people, they don't support the club. They support their ego. And this is the problem in the fan base at the moment. Mr. B and Amande tell me he's a nice fella, Rajat. He's a sly guy, mate. What are your thoughts on Syed, Sal? No thoughts at all. I would say that if you have a problem with someone, you talk it through. You don't, especially if you've been on someone's channel and you basically talk to them. You don't talk to other fans about me and stuff, which he did at the end of the day, and I know it for a fact. But you know what? He's sly. He's jealous. You know, and at the end of the day, you know, I got nothing but love for his YouTube channel. It's great. You know what? They're the big platform. Of course, Mark Goldbridge gave him it. Of course, but at the end of the day, look, you know what? Best of luck to him. But you know what? I don't agree with the abuse and stuff like that, and backstabbing in the fan base and stuff like that. Because I'm not a coward. You know what I mean? I kickboxed for 7 years. I've never been a coward, guys, at the end of the day. And if people, at the end of the day, I approach things for head on. I approach them head on. Do you know what I mean? I don't just, you know, talk behind people's backs and write tweets about people indirectly without addressing them. I don't go in their channel, my channel, and don't mention names. I mention names. I don't sugarcoat things. He goes, I'm not going to mention his name. Why? You know what I mean? So don't ever change your best. You're the best friend. Thank you so much, my friend. So are you, Brian. You're a good person. Thank you so much. I've got a lot of legends in these chats. I've got a very, very good community building here, and I love it. Small community, but beautiful community. Love it, guys. I mean, don't hate him. Would rather, you know, watch him that much. I don't watch him that much. Just keep my name out of his mouth. That's it. For me personally, stubbing off Xerxes was a front tactical move, and I personally blame the attackers not finishing their chances in the second half. Yeah, the chances, you know what, Kenny, how you doing, mate? Basically, it is about finishing chances. And we finish that chance, the whole vibe will be different, of course. The whole vibe will be different. Absolutely. In regards to those fan channels, they need to concentrate on getting married, having a girlfriend, you know, having a little bit of a life as well, because look at them, you know what I mean? They need to concentrate on their lives as well at the end of the day. I'm not being harsh, I'm being constructive. If we sat Erik ten Hag, we better be going for Inzaghi. Other than that, there's no need to. Inzaghi plays a very attacking style of football, doesn't he? Heard a lot about Inzaghi, but I'm not sure how he would fare in England, if I'm being honest, composed with you. We'll have to see. You never know. You're doing good. You're doing a great job. So big up, bro. Thank you, Kazi. So are you. Thank you so much. You absolute legend. Thank you for joining the stream as usual. Please smash the like button, subscribe button. Thank you so much, Grayo. You legend. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Absolute legends, guys. Absolutely. No idea. Personal life. Absolutely. When we lost, we drew. Let's be positive. Next game, FC20, be positive and win. Yeah, absolutely. But winning is positive, of course, guys. Wrong tactical move. Yeah, he's tactically wrong, of course. But hindsight is a beautiful thing. Of course, we're all geniuses in hindsight. If you could watch the game with any other content creator, Sal, who would you pick? Any one of them. I'll watch it with them. Any one of them. I'll have a challenge. Any one of them. I'll watch it with them. And I'll pick the bones out of it at the end of the day. At the end of the day, look at me, right? At the end of the day, look, you know what? I try and be as partial as possible. I try to be as balanced as possible in my opinion. I don't disagree with anyone. I look at your comments and I analyze your comments and I look at it and I say, well, that's true. I disagree. I change my opinion. Sometimes went through facts, and that's what happens sometimes at the end of the day. Last season, lots of people were on Ten Hag's back despite the mitigating circumstances that were dealt, including the 40-odd different centre-back partnerships that he had to play, 20% fit players at the end of the day. And what I would say about that is understanding the football game at the end of the day. And this season, I said, I'm not going to give Erik ten Hag a free ride. I'm going to criticise when criticised, but I'm not going to get on his back. I'm not going to insult him. I'm not going to call him a peanut head. I'm not going to call him a bull fraud. I'm not going to do anything like that. I'm going to call the game how it is at the end of the day. And when I call the game how it is, and you bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to call it how it is. I'm not going to call it through bias, through favoritism, through player FC. None of that crap. You know what I mean? I'm going to call it how it should be at the end of the day. And those people don't. They call it how their opinion is. They don't change their opinion. They don't change their opinion because their ego. At the end of the day, they care more about their ego than anything else. Erik ten Hag could win the Premier League this season. Next season, he will lose the first game of the season and they'll jump on his back. This is what it is with their ego. It's crazy at the end of the day. But I'm a happy guy. Morning, fam. Let's be real. This time, we ain't finishing top 4 this season. That long ball FC and Bruno in the second half was terrible. Ashik, you know what? We're going to have a challenge this season. It's going to be a difficult season. We really do have to concentrate on this Europa League as well and concentrate. And hopefully, we can win the Europa League. Hopefully. Do you rate Ricky of Man United stan? In my opinion, Ricky has his opinion. I think he's more of a Sam Allardyce than a Pep Guardiola. But he has his opinion about certain things. Some things I agree with. Some things I don't agree with. You know what I mean? He has his opinion and he's open to his opinion. The one thing I like about Ricky, he doesn't delve into the realms of insulting people. You can have an opinion, but you don't need to insult anyone. And this is the whole point about it at the end of the day. These people, they insult people. And look at them. Look at them. For goodness sake, how can you call anyone a bull fraud? Can you call anyone a peanut head when you look like that, my friend? You look like you're deaf. If I looked at the encyclopedia and I looked at the word deaf, that picture would be there. For goodness me. Goodness me. Good now. You know what I mean? They're crazy. Straight up facts out. Big up 100%. Big up Jim. Big up Jim. I don't sugarcoat anything. You know what? I'm a guy. I'm from East London. I was brought up in a different way to those guys. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I didn't eat Mars bars when I was a young kid. Build it that way. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, there you go. If anyone has a problem, you know what I mean? I've already said it to anyone. You know what I mean? My channel is open. You can talk it over with me. That's absolutely fine. Mate, he rates McTominay, that Ricky fella. I know, but you know, the one thing about Ricky is that he doesn't insult. And this is the thing. Every single person is entitled to their opinion in football. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. As long as you don't get in the realms of disrespecting the club, disrespect like Sancho did last season, disrespected the club, didn't he? And the fans at the end of the day. And he don't get in the realms of insulting our manager, insulting players. I don't do that. I'll say a player's not good enough. I'll say he doesn't offer this. His weaknesses are this. But I won't call him and say anything about his physicality, the way he looks and stuff like that. Because you'll get it straight back. Hi, Man United need a goal. Yeah, Man United need goals. And how you doing, Irfan? Hope you're doing well. So I'm writing a letter to Erik ten Hag. Definitely. Hopefully he gets it. He rates Mata above Bruno, Kenny, Fan TV. Yeah. Mata's not bad, though. We have to give Mata his props. He wasn't bad. Game's finished, though. Absolutely, yeah. I think it's a translation, Brian. I think he means Man United need goals. Man United have to go for class number 9. Yeah, I said it in the summer, didn't we? So I know a Baba in India who can cure Erik ten Hag. Please don't. Please don't. To be honest, the positive thing is that we are 3 points off the top. It's not the worst result, but feels like a loss. Are we 3 points off the top, mate? I don't think we are. After today, we're not. To be honest, the positive thing is that we are free. But after they play today, I don't think we will be. We're going to be way behind. If you change your opinion on facts, what a set of circumstances would you sack under Ten Hag? Favoritism, bath time. Stubbornness, favoritism, in-game management. Learning how to play the game in the last final minutes as well. When you're in the final minutes, you need a goal. You know what? You have to take a little bit of risk sometime. And I was raised on that under Sir Alex Ferguson. Jim, my personal favorite YouTubers are Mick, Rudra, MEFC. That's pretty much it. So it's so hard to be in every chat. Sometimes it's good to break away from social media. It is, but you should always be here, Jim, because this is where it's at. This is where it's at. I love all those content creators. I do. But you know what? I've been a fan of nearly 40 years. I've got pictures of me in Man United tops from 40 years ago. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, look, I'll call it as it is, not based on overzealousness, not based on favoritism and stuff like that. I've been doing this a long time. You know what I mean? That's why I'm followed by some great people on Twitter and stuff like that, and journalists and stuff. And I've been doing this a long time. No disrespect to them. No disrespect to them. But I don't do this for clout. I don't do it for, money and stuff like that. I do it for basically my football club that I support, and I've been supporting for 40 years. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, YouTube is giving a lot of people a platform. Social media is a great thing, but it has also given a voice to waste men and women. It has given voice to people who otherwise wouldn't have a voice because they wouldn't know how to get a voice, you know? And this is the problem, if I'm being honest. One of the lights up, peaks. Big up Kenneth Kazi. Big up everyone. Hope you're doing well. Kazi, Onana play a good game. Yeah, I'm not here to be a promotional tool for other channels. I don't promote other channels on here. I do say follow people and stuff like that. You know what? Because I don't get promoted from any one of them. None of them. I don't go on other people's channels and say follow me and lick backside, basically. I'm being totally honest. I'm being real with you guys, right? At the end of the day, you know, I do my thing and people love me, and that's about it. You know, I don't cling on to other channels and you know what, try and connect myself to other channels and trying to get clout. A number of people do that. I don't do that, unfortunately. I just keep it real. Real Sal, that's what it's all about. There's a lot of people real in their name and they're not real. You know, generally the people real in their name aren't, of course. Sal, I know, Bubba. Yeah, I've read that one. Big up. We have many trophies to play for, at least. Yeah, absolutely, Kazi. Lots to be positive about. It's still early days, of course. Big up, DC. Big up, my friend. Big up, Raja. Big up, of course. We've got a shout out to Mark and Marcus saying, make me realistic. Jim, this is not a promotional tool for other channels, my friend. Jim Watkins, agree, mate. Absolutely. Sal, I know a Baba in India who can chase away the Glazers. Absolutely. Big up, Brian. Big up, Jim, by the way. Xerxes is not a class number 9. He's more a number 10. I need a Victor Elserman for next time. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why I love your channel. You said it as I don't like it for money, and that is very reason that channel for me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Not to say you can't support the channel. You can support the channel because it does cost money to run a channel at the end of the day. But, you know, I'm not doing it for that, for profits. Absolutely not. Noah fan will be, yeah. Big up, Rajat. You speak humility. Thank you, Jim. One thing I say, and this is with everyone, no one likes people on this social media thing. I'm going to tell you this, Jim, very, very clearly, right? And this is a person who's showing love, right, to you. No one likes me. They don't like each other. These fan channels don't like each other. They pretend to like each other because if it can benefit them, they will like you. If it doesn't benefit them, they won't like you. When I have 120 people on my stream sometimes, right, people jump on my channel. And why do they jump on your channel? They jump on your channel because they want to try and fish. And that's what people do. Welcome to Stretford Post. This is what it's all about. When you get to know Stretford Post, if you follow me on Twitter, I don't sugarcoat anything. At the end of the day, people are only in it for themselves. I'm not here to promote anyone's channel. I love them. Best of luck to them, but definitely not here to promote anyone, of course, guys. I'm here to love you guys. You guys who support me, I'm here to support you guys, but other channels are in it for themselves, if you know what I mean. I'm being totally honest with you guys. Rasmus is back. It's good, but the problem is I miss a lot. Yeah, I can't wait to Rasmus. Rasmus is a year older, of course. Yamal is a great talent. Yeah, obviously, very good talent. Brilliant talent. Need to get a new centre midfield. Absolutely, guys. Sorry, Sal, I'm not promoting them. I'm just saying hello to. Yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, look, I have no hatred in my bones at the end of the day, but you know what? No one mentions me anywhere else. I just concentrate on myself at the end of the day. But the thing is, it's a manipulative at the end of the day. Do you know what? At the end of the day, look, you know what? People can say and do what they like and stuff like that. I don't mind people doing their thing at the end of the day. But you know what? It's fake at the end of the day, mate. And I do my thing and I worry about myself. I've been around 7 years, Jim. 7 years. I've interviewed a lot of good people and stuff like that. I haven't just started this thing, and I've just started live content. I used to do interviews and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, look, you know what? I don't mind people trying to take advantage and stuff in regards to promoting themselves and everything. That's not a problem for me. But at the end of the day, it's more sinister than you think. And if I'm being totally honest with you, people, when I've got I'm a very smart guy. I'm not like the sharpest tool in the toolbox, but I'm smart in regards to social media and what goes on social media. Before YouTube was around, I was going out selling CDs, right? I was going out selling CDs for my music and people in the street trying to sell CDs, guys. And then before YouTube and social media existed, I know the grind at the end of the day. That's what it's all about for me, the grind. I don't like shortcuts. I don't respect people who try to get shortcuts, right? And that's what one thing I would say about that at the end of the day. Those people, Mick, I like Mick. I've been on his show. He's all right. Yeah. You know what? Questionable Man United fan. Questionable, but I like him as a person. And that goes with everyone. I don't know them like that. Do you know what I mean? So I would say that in regards to all those channels, you know what? This channel is going to be the realest you'll see. I would say that. And I would always appreciate you. And I will speak to you, Jim, from love. And I'll speak to everyone in the community from love. If I doubt something about someone, I would say that thing about someone. I won't just split out there. I have experiences. As you know, I have experiences. And at the end of the day, I will go by my experiences in regards to life as on social media. I was monetized in 2007, guys. Do you know what I mean? In regards to my other channels, I had views up to 25 million across the internet, right? For me, it's not all about views and it's not all about that. But for me, I know what it takes to get where you want to be at the end of the day. I know I'm blabbering on, but I could talk all day in regards to social media, in regards to life, in regards to people in general, guys. Absolutely. Xerxes is a key to Man United success. He's very good, guys. Jim Rackers, they are not here to chat. Exactly. So no one likes me in the virtual and practical world. I have stopped making friends and have cut off with relatives. I live in for myself. I love Stephanie Griffith. Big up, Darko. I love you, mate. Big up yourself. Jim Marcos, if I'm on the other channel, I'll give my hello to you also. Yeah, I know you do, mate. I know you do. I know. I just feel like it's a bit like, it's a promotional tool. I don't mind you doing it, Jim. I'm talking about the others who come on here. Burner to watch. Of course, it's not out of love. That's what I'm saying. It's fake. No, Darko is not a fanboying group. Of course, I'm no fanboy. Definitely, I'll do my thing. At the end of the day, I'll challenge anyone. Big Bruno can't have a goal or assist that he watch. Absolutely. If you like, I won't give any of them a shout out. Respect. No, Jim, you can. You do what you like, my friend. I'm talking about them. Big up. But yeah, it isn't a promotional tool. You know what I mean? PR is expensive at the end of the day. I'm Sal Warner. You know what I mean? For goodness sake, at the end of the day, I'm a music man and I know about PR. I know the game, so to speak. Actually, fantastic show. Big up, bro. Big up, Kazi. Thank you very much. It's got to be real. Rajat V. Bayern fan, of course. Big up, Rajat. Big up, Darko. Big up, everyone. The sub-botting, constant stealing of content and guests is rife in a lower subscriber United YouTube at the moment. That's why I like this channel, because you're authentic. Thank you, Bath Time. Thank you very much. And it goes, I love you too, mate. At the end of the day, I've been doing this a long time, Bath Time, 7 years. I've been in music for 20 years. I've been there. In 2007, I started YouTube, my friend. I started YouTube. And at the end of the day, I know this game like the back of my hand. I know when someone's trying to suck up. When I've got 100 people online People come on my channel. Big up Irfan. Big up Jim. Big up trying to get people onto their channel. I mean, I don't appreciate that. I'm being real now. This is real Sunday for me. Do you know what I mean? And I just want to say that at the end of the day, I keep it real at the end of the day. Listen, I've been around the world. I've worked with legends. I've worked with the Outdoors, Tupac's people, G-Unit, you name it. I've done it at the end of the day. I know fake. I know real. I know this. At the end of the day, this is the way I see it. And it's not arrogant. I'm from East London, 1-bedroom flat, 5 of us in a 1-bedroom flat. I had to graft in my life. And at the end of the day, this is what it's all about for me. Grafting. Not trying to cut corners, if I'm being real. Big up everyone, Jim. If your channel, I respect you. Big up, Jim. Big up. No problem. I respect you, Jim. Of course. Much love. Absolutely. Me, I also stopped playing Burnout. Big up. Can't wait to the next game now. Just want to move on. Cool. I get that. Absolutely. Love to you, Jim, though. Do what you like, Jim. I don't mind. I'm just saying it as a jest. We're talking. This is a Sunday conversation. If we were in a bar, we'd be talking over a drink or a coffee if we were in a coffee shop. I love the fact that you have so much knowledge about the other content creators. I do. I've been watching them. I see them. I do. I don't hate on people and stuff. I do watch them. I do support them. I don't try and fish. I support some of them. But some of them, you know, it's like what I would call it, crabs in a barrel syndrome. If you know about crabs in a barrel, you climb all the way to the top, stepping on each other. Then when you get to the top, you fall. Absolutely. I would be nice to entitle the system 442. I love a 442. It would be my dream. David, I love to see it again. He's able to run it however he wants. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. I've heard stories of people sending DMs to people that super chat in other channels and then come more than 2 stands at Old Trafford. Then can't name 2 more than 2s at Old Trafford. I hate that. People do it, bath time. People do it. They do it on this channel. And people you like as well. People come on here. They do it all the time. I know for a fact. I know for a fact. Do you know what I mean? They do it. They go into the private chat and they message people and stuff, and they try and steal your subscribers and tune into me instead. And I guarantee you, watch it, bath time. Watch it. If I have over 50 people watching this stream, they will jump on the comments. They'll jump on the comments and they'll try and fish at bath time, at Kazi, at big up bath time, big up Kazi, big up David, big up Jim, big up. That's what they do. And you know what? I see it because they don't show no love. You know, it's a fake. At the end, I'm not fake. At the end of the day, I'm sorry. So for now, I won't give a shout out on other channels. I will focus on you. One thing you can do, Jim, if you can do this for me, my brother, my brother at heart, at the end of the day, if you can shout me out at the big channels, shout me out, because at the end of the day, I don't mind that. You can do that because they don't need any followers, do they? Who's the soggy biscuit for the weekend? The soggy biscuit for the weekend for me is dun 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 dun. I'm not too sure. The soggy biscuit of the week. The soggy biscuit of the week. I've got to do an intro for soggy biscuit of the week, haven't I? The soggy biscuit of the week for me is Licha Martinez. Licha Martinez is the soggy biscuit of the week for me. Almost got sent off, wasting time at the end of the game. Should have kicked that ball forward. Soggy biscuit of the week is Licha Martinez, guys. Sal, do you like jalebi and gajak? Absolutely. Too sweet, though. I like kalab jamun. Absolutely. Darko, big up, everyone. I like kalab jamun. Rasmalai. AJ's a soggy biscuit. Oh, poor AJ. Poor AJ, mate. Big up AJ, though. I can't believe he went out to fight dressed as a final boss of health. Oh, my goodness. He did. You know, the white robe, of course. No, DC. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up everyone who's joined me today. Thank you so much for joining me. I've gone over the stream, but you absolute legends. I'm going to end the stream right there. I'll be back later on for Chatterbox. Thank you so much for everyone who joined me. Thank you. You're all absolute legends. Love you all. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. This is what we get in this show. We get a little bit of realness. We get to talk about football. That is what it's all about, guys. That is what it's all about. We are all about that, and we are all about the realness at the end of the day. One thing I would say in regards to everything, watch this video. If you... He probably scored. Hayden, we're Manchester United. As a Manchester United fan, we don't start criticising 20-year-olds in our football team, right? We don't. Watch that. That'd be absolutely fantastic. But I'm off now, guys. Thank you so much, guys. It's a real comment in regards to the short videos, on the short videos. Go and give it a watch, guys. Go and give it a watch. Give it some like. Give it some love. Thank you so much, guys. I shall see you later on for Chatterbox. Take it easy. Best of luck. I hope Man City against Arsenal is a draw. That's what I want. A draw with loads of suspensions. Big up. Take it easy.